when the time comes. What did you make of Turki Al Sheikh's FaceTime? He said he wants a trilogy. What did you make of it?
Турки хотів трилоджі, так, третій бій. Що ти думаєш?
It's one Turkey.
Pardon?
That's what Turkey wants.
Oleksandr Usyk has finally broken his silence on why he turned down Tyson Fury's desperate push for a trilogy fight, and honestly, his reasoning is hard to argue with. Usyk made it clear, a third fight simply isn't worth the time or energy. As he put it, losing once can be chalked up to a bad night, but losing twice, just months apart, that's not bad luck. That's reality. Cold, clear, and undeniable. Tyson Fury isn't just facing defeat.
Can he come back from this, Tyson?
I don't know. Listen, it's up to the man, and whatever he wants to do. If he's got a...
He's staring down a harsh truth. While Usyk has proven beyond doubt that he's got what it takes, Fury seems stuck in denial, choking on his own pride. After all the hype, the bravado, and the talk, Fury wasn't just beaten. He was humbled. Twice. And now, his insistence on a third match.
In the UK, what doubted my son? I said, every TV company is one sacking off.
Looks less like determination and more like desperation. Instead of accepting the outcome, Fury and his father have resorted to spinning conspiracy theories, clinging to any excuse that might distract from Usyk's clear dominance. But the truth is... simple. Usyk outboxed him, outworked him, and outthought him. Fury's unraveling didn't start in the ring. It started long before, when he ruled the heavyweight division like a king. With an unbeaten record, a towering frame, and a persona larger than life, Fury began to feel untouchable. But confidence alone doesn't win fights. You can't step into the ring expecting your reputation to carry you to victory. Usyk, on the other hand, came fully prepared, not just physically, but mentally. He had a razor-sharp game plan executed to perfection. Fury, relying on old-school logic that bigger always wins.
A lot of people had me at least two. I just don't know. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's happened now. I know boxing, been in it all my life. You can't change no decisions. But I'll just always feel a little bit hard done by him. Not a little bit, actually a lot, but I think when you...
made one of his most misguided choices, bulking up to his heaviest weight yet. He bet everything on sheer mass, thinking it would overwhelm Usyk. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Physics had other plans. That extra weight turned Fury into something resembling a parked car, slow, sluggish, and far from agile. Meanwhile, Usyk moved like a boxing ballerina.
What do you want to tell Usyk right now?
Run, rabbit, run.
His footwork was a masterclass, slipping in and out of range, landing clean, precise shots, and dictating the rhythm from start to finish. It was as if he owned the ring, like he had the deed in his pocket. While Fury struggled for breath halfway through the fight, Usyk looked like he could go another 10 rounds without breaking a sweat. It wasn't just a physical beatdown, it was mental warfare. Usyk was the chess grandmaster, and Fury? He didn't even know the rules. That's why there won't be a third fight. There's nothing left.
I thought you were going to get it, if I'm honest.
I swear to God, I thought I won it by at least 3 rounds. Boss the fight.
To prove. That second loss to Oleksandr Usyk didn't just sting, it shattered Tyson Fury's grip on reality. Instead of taking time to process the defeat, Fury stormed out of the ring like a frustrated child, ranting about injustice and rigged judges. According to him, he won the fight by at least 3 rounds. 3 rounds? That's not confidence. That's delusion wearing the
I want my revenge for the robbery last time. Let's get it. Let's go.
Mask of damage control. Fury wasn't just angry at the judges. He took aim at the entire Saudi boxing system, calling the decision a robbery. But let's be honest. You can't rob someone who barely showed up. Usyk's crisp punches and flawless footwork left Fury with nowhere to hide. Everyone saw it. Everyone, that is, except Tyson Fury. And it didn't stop there. Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, hopped on the denial train too, calling the scorecards dumbfounding. Apparently, watching your fighter get outboxed round after round just isn't convincing
24 rounds, listen. Now it's already
enough when egos are on the line. Then came Fury's talk of a trilogy. But here's the truth. It didn't feel like he wanted another fight to settle the score. It felt like he was desperate for redemption, grasping at the chance to rewrite a narrative he couldn't accept. The confidence that once made him seem invincible had cracked. What was left didn't look like resolve. It looked like desperation. Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk wasn't entertaining any of it. He had nothing to prove.
Make it happen.
Mr. Excellency. Your Excellency.
After 2 decisive victories, the message was loud and clear. The chapter is closed, and there's no need for a third round. When asked about a trilogy fight with Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk shut it down with a simple yet powerful statement. I have nothing left to prove.
By unanimous decision, still undefeated,
Prove. And he's absolutely right. Usyk beat Fury not once, but twice, both times decisively. Why risk a perfect record just to stroke the ego of someone he's already outclassed? For Usyk, this was never about dragging out a rivalry. It was about progress, focus.
It was marked up, and he's now having to say, and he actually called it, didn't he? He said, Turkey Al Sheikh, let's make...
And building a legacy that doesn't depend on redundant rematches. A third bout with Fury held no value for him. Usyk had bigger goals in mind, and wasting time on a fighter he had already clearly defeated didn't fit into the plan. His team backed the decision fully. They saw no point in revisiting a chapter that had already been closed. Meanwhile, Fury lost more than just his unbeaten record. He lost the leverage to demand anything. Usyk's camp made it clear. They were now prioritizing meaningful fights and new challenges, not repeating history. Efficiency was the name of the game. As Fury continued to clamor for a third shot, Usyk shifted his attention elsewhere. Promoters quickly began speculating about fresh matchups, potential showdowns with top contenders like Daniel Dubois or Joseph Parker. These were the kind of fights that could further cement Usyk's place as the undisputed heavyweight king. Refusing to entertain Fury wasn't about avoiding a rival.
Who? Tyson Fury. It's only one fight, but there's no point me. It's not the time to start calling the fight out. You don't know what Fury's going to do. Maybe he doesn't want to fight again. The one thing I will say is, Fury performed well. You know, it's not like he's a finished fighter. His timing was off. His punch resistance.
It was about forward momentum. Even Eddie Hearn, never one to stay silent, weighed in on the situation. He called Fury's loss a pivotal moment in his career, which, in promoter speak, means things are looking grim. Hearn, of course, was already hyping up a potential Fury versus Anthony Joshua bout. But he wasn't just stirring the pot. He acknowledged that Fury didn't look like himself in the rematch. His timing was off, his punch resistance seemed weaker, and overall, he looked like a shadow of the fighter who once ruled the division. In polite terms, Hearn admitted what everyone could see. Fury got outclassed. And if he wants to remain relevant in today's heavyweight landscape, he'll need to rethink his entire approach. But let's be honest. Hearn's main concern was selling the next big fight. While Eddie Hearn was busy setting the stage for Tyson Fury's next big payday,
Daniel Dubois jumped in the ring and said, let's get this fight on. I think he was told by Bricktop to do that. Jump in there, make a bit of noise. So
Carl Frosch didn't bother with promoter spin. Known for his brutally honest takes, Frosch tore into Fury's performance, calling out the lack of aggression that used to define him. According to Frosch, the real issue wasn't Fury's inability. It was his unwillingness to commit. He had moments of success, but failed to believe in them enough to press forward. In other words, he froze. Froch also pointed out that Fury seemed to be waiting for a miracle punch, as if Oleksandr Usyk was going to just stand still and give him an opening. That punch never came. Frock even suggested retirement might be a realistic option.
But the right man won. I think Tyson Fury was constantly having to react instead of being the one that's activating the shots. And the
for Fury. He's wealthy, accomplished, but once that competitive fire fades, it's hard to keep fighting. Translation: if you're only here for the paycheck, maybe it's time to hang up the gloves. Johnny Nelson, another no-nonsense analyst, focused more on Usyk's brilliance, but didn't hold back when analyzing Fury's flaws. Nelson highlighted how Usyk took control from the opening bell, forcing Fury into a reactive stance. Fury was constantly responding, not
Why don't you shut up?
But just to be clear about
Listen, video boy.
but the contract.
initiating, an unusual sight for someone known for his ring IQ and command. Nelson diplomatically suggested Fury looked out of his depth. He also noted Fury's hesitation, calling it glaring, as if he was second-guessing himself with every move. Whether it was the pressure of the rematch or the psychological weight of the first loss, Fury never seemed mentally locked in. Public reaction was even harsher. Social media exploded with hashtags like Usyk Masterclass and Fury Exposed. Fans hailed Usyk as a surgeon in the ring, the most complete heavyweight of his generation. Fury, on the other hand, got roasted for his post-fight behavior, particularly his insistence that he had actually won. "Fury's delusional," one fan tweeted. Another added, "Fewer excuses, more adjustments." The general consensus? Usyk is levels above Fury right now, and everyone sees it clearly. Everyone, perhaps, except Fury himself.